Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Chaos Chronicles. I'm Jess, and Trent is back for another one.
Hello.
We have not scared him off yet.
Not yet. Hopefully not today either.
I don't think so. There's
Okay.
no trigger warnings.
Okay, good.
Yep. You've gotten off easy compared to
I
Jamie.
know. She gets all the horrifying stuff, and I get all the easy, fun, mysterious stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I traumatized her a couple weeks ago.
Well, hopefully she comes back too.
Fingers crossed. So today, before I tell what we're going to be talking about, you guys already know. Trent doesn't know yet. Make sure you go and look in our description for all of our social medias. Go check them out and go and like, follow, and subscribe. Well, so today we are talking about the tale of Unsinkable Sam.
I don't know this one.
Okay, I'm very excited. You'll like it.
Cool.
So Sam is not a person.
Okay.
Sam is a cat,
Interesting.
sometimes called Oscar, and his tale is one of the wildest from World War II's high seas. Picture a black and white cat dodging torpedoes and sinking ships, surviving not one, not two, but 3 wartime wrecks.
How does this cat not have a movie? Like this has to be a movie that comes out.
I don't know. Mitch told me about Unsinkable Sam. I'm like, who's Unsinkable Sam? And he said it like
everybody should know about
Yeah.
Unsinkable Sam.
Yeah, and I was like, I've never heard of Unsinkable Sam. He's like, Trent would love that for an episode.
Well, I don't know about Unsinkable Sam, but I want to learn. Like this sounds like an amazing story.
I was so excited for this episode. So today we're going to dive into the sinkings of the German battleship Bismarck, the British destroyer HMS Cossack, and the aircraft carrier HMS Ark Royal, who was involved, why they went down, and how Sam supposedly cheated death each time. So the first one, the Bismarck sinking. It's May in 1941, deep in World War II. The German Kriegsmarine is desperate to cut off Allied supply lines in the North Atlantic, and they've got just the vessel to do it, the battleship Bismarck. This 5,000-ton ship launched in 1939, and it's one of the largest and most powerful warships of its time, packing 8 15-inch guns and carrying over 2,200 crew under Captain Ernest Lindman. Aboard, supposedly, a black and white patched cat, likely named Oscar, and was owned by an unknown crewman. Cats were actually common on ships at this time. They were there to hunt rats and boost morale. But this cat is about to earn a legendary reputation. On May 18th, 1941, Bismarck set sail for Gutenhaften. We're going to have to give me some grace on these names.
That's fair.
Which is a city in Poland, on Operation Regblugon, its first and only mission. Alongside the heavy cruiser Prince Eugene, it's tasked with disrupting Allied convoys, merchant ships bringing food, fuel, and weapons to Britain. The British Royal Navy, knowing Bismarck's threat, is on high alert. Things heat up on May 24th in the Denmark Strait off Iceland. Bismarck and Prince Eugene run into the British battlecruiser HMS Hood and the new battleship HMS Prince of Wales. Hood is Britain's pride, but Bismarck lands a devastating quote-unquote lucky shot to its magazine. Hood explodes, sinking in minutes, with 1,415 men lost, and only 3 survived.
Wow.
Yeah. Prince of Wales takes hits, barely escaping. Britain is stunned, and the Royal Navy vows revenge. The chase is on. a massive British force, aircraft carriers, HMS Ark Royal, battleships HMS King George V, and HMS Rodney, heavy cruisers HMS Norfolk and HMS Dorsetshire, and destroyers like HMS Cossack's hunt Bismarck. On May 26th, the first phase of the battle begins. Swordfish battle planes from Ark Royal launched torpedoes, one jamming Bismarck's rudder, leaving it circling helplessly. That night, British and Polish destroyers, including HMS Zulu and ORP Pinrun, harassed Bismarck with torpedoes, but no major damage is done.
How do they not do damage if the
I have
ship
no
is like
idea.
just sitting there doing little circles? How do you not hit it?
I don't know.
That seems weird. Maybe we don't understand naval like warfare that well, but that seems kind of
Maybe.
ridiculous that they couldn't sink it.
Well, it's like if it's this massive, it's this massive thing. How is it hard to hit it?
That's the thing, especially if you have it surrounded by battleships.
Right. I mean, I listed off. I don't even know how many.
Yeah.
A lot.
And didn't you say an aircraft carrier too? So they probably have like planes taking off and bombing it too. I don't know. This Bismarck is kind of a crazy ship.
Yeah. The real devastation comes on May 27th, 1941. At dawn, King George V and Rodney, supported by Norfolk and Dorsetshire, unleash chaos. For about 100 minutes, they pound Bismarck with over 400 shells and multiple torpedoes. The ship's a burning wreck, and whether it's sunk by its crew or sunk by British fire is still debated, I guess. And Bismarck goes down 400 miles off of France, taking over 2,000 men with it. Only about 114 to 118 survived.
Wow.
And they were rescued by Dorsetshire and Cossacks before a U-boat, U-556 forces came and caused them to flee. So why was Bismarck sunk? I mean, it's World War II. It was Germany's naval trump card, a direct threat to Britain's lifeline. After Hood's loss, the Royal Navy threw everything at it to restore morale and protect convoys. And now, here's where Sam enters the legend.
Yeah, Sam.
Amid the debris, HMS Cossack's crew spots a cat floating on a wooden plank, soggy but alive. They named him Oscar, maybe from the German Oscar, which is Oskar, or the signal code O, just the letter, which for them stands for like man overboard.
Oh,
That's
sure.
like their warning.
They don't have one for cat overboard?
I guess not. That's they need to fix that.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, let's think about those boat cats.
Sam or Oscar, whatever his name he's going by at that time, he became their mascot and switched from Kriegsmarine to the Royal Navy.
So he was kind of a traitor cat a little bit. Switched allegiances, and which I don't blame him. I would too, especially if he got saved. But
oh, absolutely.
I'm sure they had some rats on their boats too that he could hunt and everything.
Oh
so
yeah, he's probably living the dream.
Yeah.
You know, once he got over being in the water for as long as
I wonder how he got into the water, like from the boat, like if he jumped off the top or if he, like was down where there was a hole and swam out, or
right.
I feel like we need like a action movie about Unsinkable Sam to see the whole story here.
I would love a movie about Unsinkable Sam.
Perfect use of CGI too.
Oh, absolutely. If they can make a video game about stray cats, they can make a retelling
Unsinkable
of
Sam story. Yeah. Steven Spielberg, if you're watching, let's get this done.
We have an idea for you. Okay, so he's on the HMS Cossacks. Well, now this is going to be going into that boat sinking.
Oh, jeez.
After I've done all this research, I'm like, was this cat just bad
Well,
luck?
that's what I was thinking. Like, is the cat the problem here?
I know. It's like, yeah, he survived 3 sinkings, but 3 ships that he was on got sunk.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds of that?
Like the first ship, you're like, okay, let's just save the cat. That's awesome. We save the cat.
Yeah.
But after the second ship sinks that he's on,
Mhm.
that's where you start asking questions. Like, is the cat really like worth? I mean, is it bad luck to have this cat on your boat?
Right.
Apparently.
So we are now in October of 1941. So I don't even think it's that.
No, what's that? Like 4
We
months?
went from
something?
May to October.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not too far in the future here. The Battle of the Atlantic is at its peak. Britain's survival hinges on convoys, and German U-boats are picking them off. Oscar is now HMS Cossack's mascot and is aboard a tribal-class destroyer. Commissioned in 1938 with a crew of about 200 under Captain E.L. Berthon. Cossack's a veteran, having helped hunt Bismarck, and is now escorting convoys in the Mediterranean and North Atlantic, keeping merchant ships safe. Oscar is likely prowling the decks, chasing rats, and charming the crew.
I love it.
On October 24th, 1941, Cossack is protecting convoy HG-75 from Gibraltar to the UK. A German U-boat, U-563, commanded by Klaus Bagston, and part of U-boat group Brucelou, spots them. A torpedo slams into Cossack's forward section, blowing off nearly a third of the ship.
Jeez.
The explosion kills 159 crew members instantly. The survivors, clinging to hope, transferred to the destroyer HMS Legion. For 3 days, they tried to tower Cossack to Gibraltar. Oh my goodness. Gibraltar.
I think it's Gibraltar.
Gibraltar.
Yeah.
What? That. I am really bad.
That's okay.
Gibraltar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll try to remember that. Because I think it comes up a couple more times.
Yeah, Gibraltar.
Gibraltar. Worst case scenario, I'm just going to point at you.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Sure.
Yeah, so they're trying to tow Cossack's back, but worsening weather is kind of dooming the ship here. On October 27th, Cossack sinks west of
Gibraltar.
Thank you. This happened because the Germans' U-boat campaign was relentless, aiming to starve Britain by sinking escorts like Cossack and leaving merchant ships vulnerable. Destroyers were prime targets to weaken convoy defenses. The Kriegsmarine Wolfpack tactics, coordinated by Admiral Karl Dienatz, made the Atlantic a deadly gauntlet. Once again, Sam defies the odds. A British sailor finds him clinging to debris in the wreckage, still kicking. Amazed, the crew dubs him, quote, Unsinkable Sam. 2 sinkings down, and this cat still got life to spare. They bring him to that place,
Gibraltar.
Yeah, where he's about to board his 3rd ship.
Oh no. Poor Sam. I bet at this point he's like, the Navy life is not for me. Like, I need to put me on land and like,
I want out.
Yeah, like, don't you have like a base I can go hang out at or something?
Right?
Like,
I'm sure there's mice over there too.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of sailors, if you get sunk like multiple times, they'll like let you go convalesce a little bit before you get on another boat. But Sam, they're just like, nope, we got another boat for you. Here you go.
Here you go, little guy.
Yeah, good luck.
They probably see him as good luck, but as I'm like going through all of this, I'm like, he kind of seems unlucky.
Yeah, he kind of seems like bad. I mean, he's got good luck that he survived, but for the boats he's on, it's not great luck.
He brings other people bad
down,
luck.
literally. Yeah. But he's got to be one of the best swimming cats of all time, too.
Right?
Because you think with all these boats, there's probably waves and everything, too. And the fact that he's able to get in the water, swim around, find some like debris to go hang out on,
Yeah.
and then I mean, that's very impressive. Like for humans, that was impressive to be able to get off boats and like find debris to hang on to and survive, let alone a cat doing that.
Right.
He's got some skills.
Yeah. So we are now in November of 1941. Sam's got a new home, the HMS Ark Royal, a 22,000-ton aircraft carrier commissioned in 1938 with a crew of about 1,600 under Captain Loban Morand. This ship's a legend, considered lucky for surviving multiple near misses from bombs and torpedoes. Its swordfish biplanes played a key role in crippling Bismarck. So, Sam's back with the ship that helped sink his first home.
This is going to be so confusing for him.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor Sam. So, he is now Ark Royal's mascot. He's a furry symbol of resilience, patrolling decks as the crew battles in the Mediterranean. The mission is Operation Perpetual, freeing aircraft to Malta, a British stronghold under siege by Axis forces. Malta is critical for controlling the Mediterranean, and Ark Royal's planes are its lifeline. On November 14th, 1941, while returning to Gibraltar,
Yay!
disaster struck. The German submarine U-81, commanded by Friedrich Grutenberger, fires a torpedo 30 miles east of Gibraltar. It rips a 130-foot hole in Ark Royal's starboard side near the boiler and bomb rooms. The ship starts listing, but it sinks slowly over 14 hours, giving nearly all crew time to evacuate. Only one man was lost. Attempts to tow Ark Royal to Gibraltar failed as flooding overwhelms the pumps. On November 14th, she goes under and is a major loss for the Royal Navy. Survivors, including Sam, are rescued by destroyers HMS Legion and HMS Lightning.
So at least this time he didn't go in the water.
Right?
He was still on the boat. So this was a little easier. It's getting easier for him each time here. Or at least this time's getting easier. So
this time's a little easier.
I bet he was thankful for that. He didn't have to find any wood out in the ocean to cling to.
Right. Sinking a carrier was a strategic and propagandic coup for the Kriegsmarine, boosting Axis morale while denting Britain's. U-81 was part of a broader Mediterranean campaign to choke Allied operations. And Sam, again, he was found. Apparently, he wasn't in a boat. I misremembered that. He was, again, found clinging to a floating plank. Poor little guy.
So it wasn't even better for him. It still is the same situation all over again.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
Reports in 1941 described him as, quote, angry but quite unharmed.
I'd be angry too if they kept putting me on boats after this.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'd be like, put me somewhere else in the Navy, but I can't do this boat thing anymore.
I can't believe a crew member didn't just like pick him up and plop him in the boat with them.
I know.
I would have.
Yeah. Especially if he's like the mascot at this point. Like you can't just, I don't know.
Especially with that slow of a sinking, be like, okay, where's Sam?
Yeah. Like, let's get Sam. He's already survived too. Like, let's make sure we get him off of this instead of just like, oh, he'll fend for himself. We know he's fine.
Poor Sam.
Yeah.
So they scoop him up, and his third survival cements the Unsinkable Sam legend. That is actually that report of him being angry and quite unharmed is the strongest evidence that we have to the news that mentions a cat named Oscar after Ark Royal's sinking. But tying him to Bismarck and Cossack is trickier, relying on oral tales, because there was no photos to confirm that one cat was across all three ships.
Oh, don't ruin it. He definitely was on all three.
I just have to put a disclaimer in it.
It's more fun to believe that he was on all three.
I believe he was in all three. Yeah. But I have to put the little two set. I even highlighted it.
He might not have been on all three, but we're going to go with that he was because it's a better story.
I love this story.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because there's no photos or no, like, reports, but, like, the ships went down. So.
Yeah. And I mean, if that many sailors and stuff were like, hey, here's the cat that we saved the first time. And I mean, they're all on board with the story of it too. So it makes sense that he was.
Right. So I believe he was on those ships, but I had to put the disclaimer in there. So after the third sinking, Sam was briefly aboard the HMS Lightning.
This is like the worst Groundhog Day experience for this poor cat.
And he also was on the HMS Legion for a little bit too, but he at least was not on them when they sank in 1942 and 43.
So the boat still sank that he was on. So his bad luck still continues for the boats, but at least he wasn't. He was off the boats by that time.
He wasn't on them during the sinking.
Oh, that's good. That's good at least.
Yeah. So his shipwreck days are done.
Good.
Unsinkable Sam's seafaring career ends, and he gets a well-earned retirement. First, he serves as a mouser for the governor of
Gibraltar.
Thank you. I didn't put my little thing behind it. That keeping the offices rodent-free. Then he is sent to Homes for Sailors in Belfast, where he lives out his days as a furry celebrity. Sam reportedly died in 1955, around either 14 or 15 years old, leaving behind a legend that is hard to forget. And now the big question is, was Sam real? The 1941 reports confirm a cat named Oscar surviving the Ark Royal sinking. The Royal Navy Archives note an Oscar, and there are no mentions of a cat on Bismarck or Cossacks, but that's not always reported.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, I'm sure that the cat was like fun for them to save, but I'm sure they're more focused on like the humans and documenting the humans that they saved by name. So it makes sense that maybe he got lost in some of the paperwork on those. So
yeah, well, and also it's back in the 40s. I think I'm just picturing they just pick up a random cat and shove it on a ship, and they're like, okay, this is your home now.
Yeah, they didn't quite have the affection and like cats weren't as much a part of the family and everything quite as much, as they are now. It was probably just more of a, cats are good so we don't have rats on the boat, so let's just grab the cat and put it on there.
Exactly. It's more of a tool. It's not a living thing because it takes care of itself, you know?
So my question is, did they give Sam like any awards or anything? Like, did he get any ribbons or like any commendations or?
So Sam did not. There is some overlap with another story that I want to go into, and it will be another episode, but I don't have the information on it yet. His name is Simon, which if you look up Unsinkable Sam, a lot of pictures of Simon are actually on there.
Okay.
So if you see a little cat, a black and white cat with like a little medallion.
That's the one I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, so that's Simon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I looked for a picture of Sam, and there's definitely like a very PTSD looking cat on there that like his eyes are wide open, looks like he's seen some things.
I don't know what he saw.
Yeah, but it wasn't good. So that's not Sam, that's Simon.
Yeah, so that's Simon, which when I was told about this story, I started researching it because my husband was like, oh, it's like the only cat to receive an award or whatever. And I was like, oh, I have to look it up. And turns out that was Simon.
Okay.
But Sam's story is really cool, too.
Yeah, he should have gotten awards, too.
I know.
I mean, also, he shouldn't have been allowed on any more boats because they all went down. Not even for his own sake, but for everyone else on the boat.
I know.
But he should have got some awards, too. I mean, that's pretty impressive to survive 3.
Just to survive 1.
Yes. Like, you should get a ribbon for that, let alone 3.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't need a medal. Just give him a ribbon.
Yeah. Or they should have given him like a good rank or something, like make him like an honorary admiral or something.
Absolutely.
And also, like, he should have gotten like a little like Navy hat too or something that he could wear around.
That.
Yeah, just for the rest of his days, and a little World War II vet Navy hat that he could wear.
I wish like back then they did what they kind of do now, where they take photos of like the canines that are a part of their group and everything. They have like photo day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the canines now, they do have like ranks and stuff, and they do get awards, and I mean, they're treated just like every other soldier in war, which they should be.
They should
be,
yeah.
I don't think back then they did that as much with their boat cats, but he was a trailblazer, though. I'm sure he paved the way for the Army and Navy animals today.
Absolutely. Sam was a trooper.
Yeah.
He might be really bad luck, but
yes, but he was a survivor. So.
He was a survivor. So, yeah. I like to believe that that's true.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Yeah.
So, and even if a cat survived one sinking ship and they found him clinging to debris and saved him, that's pretty cool.
Right.
But the fact that more than likely he did for 3 is wild. Oh, that's cool.
I don't know how he did it. All right. Well, anything else on this episode?
No, I just think we need a movie ASAP. I want to go tonight and watch the movie of Unsinkable Sam.
We need a movie version of this ASAP.
Yeah. I just love the idea of like a little black and white cat like dodging torpedoes and like
yes.
It just seems amazing to me. So
they could even if they made a video game on stray cats, they can make a video game or movie or something.
Oh, I'd play the Unsinkable Sam video game.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, where you're like dodging, trying to find holes to get out, and then swimming to the top and finding debris. And we got to do it.
One day you're living life, harassing crewmates and eating mice.
Yeah.
Next, it's torpedoes.
Yeah, that's the life of Unsinkable Sam.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us for another week. Make sure you do go in our description and check out our other social medias. They are all linked there. And then we will see you next week for another Who Knows What Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a wild story.
I know.